30-06 John here, and today what we're going to be doing is loading and shooting 44 Special. But today we're going to be using this 16-inch Henry lever action 44 Magnum rifle, and also this Ruger Blackhawk 5.5-inch revolver in 44 Magnum also. And we're going to compare the velocity difference. I've had a few people contact me about 44 Special loads in a lever action 44 Magnum. And actually there's very little data out there. And you could guess what it would be, but I thought I'd do a video and see what the difference is between a Revolver 44 Special load and a lever action 44 Special load. The two guns we're going to be using today, this is a Henry 44 Magnum lever action, has a 16-inch barrel. I do have this old Redfield fixed 4-power scope on it. It is one of the newer models, has a side gate on it. It's been a good gun. My other firearm, the revolver we'll be using, is this Ruger Super Blackhawk, 5.5-inch barrel. I do have these Hogue grips on it. We're going to be testing two loads today. The bullet we're going to be using for both loads is this Oregon Trail 240 grain lead. No gas check. It's sort of hard cast. The first powder we're going to be using is with Hodgdon HP 38. That's a very popular powder. And our other powder we're going to be using is Alliant Power Pistol. A lot of people may not think of that as a powder for the 44 Special, but Alliant powder has a load for it. Our load data is coming from the Lyman 51st edition manual for 44 Special, and then the other load is coming from the 2023 Alliant powder load guide. I'll be loading on my lead turret press. Here's the tow head with the dies in it. I'm using a 44 Magnum RCBS die set, carbide. But I'm using a Lee factory crimp die for the last stage. I'll be seating the bullet, then crimping. Two different stages. The only changes from 44 Magnum to 44 Special, your sizing die is the same. You don't have to change that. Your flaring die, you have to reset the flare on it since the case is shorter. Of course, the bullet seating, and then the crimping, they have to be reset. The loaded rounds are coming out pretty good. The only real thing you have to worry about is making sure you get that crimp in there in the crimp groove. Looks good. $11.89. $1,025. $1,013. back from the range. Let's review the targets. This is the handgun, the Ruger Super Blackhawk 5.5-inch barrel, shot at 21 feet, 7 yards. 240 grain Oregon Trail, 5.5 grains of HP 38, CCI large pistol, primers. 3 shots made a ragged hole. I really wasn't trying for an accuracy, so I was hurting some of my shots, but this group turned out pretty nice. My average velocity was 797 feet per second. Now that's opposed to this target right here. And let me just correct that. This is the rifle, 16.25 inch Henry lever action, shot at 50 feet, same load. Velocity average was 959 feet per second. And it shot an okay group. Like I said, I was sort of rushing these shots here. The other load, using 8 grains of power pistol. This is with the 21 feet, 7 yards, Super Blackhawk 5.5 inch barrel. 3 shots, I know I pulled that shot. Our average velocity was sort of zippy, 1,010 feet per second. A lot of people wouldn't think a 44 Special would be able to do that. These are all standard pressure loads from the load manual. These aren't high pressure or anything like plus P loads. Now that same load out of the Henry 16.25 inch barrel, it shot pretty fast, 1,193 feet per second. And it made a pretty decent group right there. So that's using power pistol in a 44 Special. That works out pretty good. That's sort of a zippy load right there. Here's a little chart that shows the velocity difference. The 240 grain lead, 5.5 grains of HP 38 out of the rifle barrel was 959 feet per second. The 5.5 inch revolver barrel, 797 feet per second. Difference of 162 feet per second. The 8.0 grains of power pistol, the difference between rifle and revolver was 183 feet per second. So these loads actually work out pretty good. HP 38 is very popular for mild loads in a 44 Special and cowboy action loads. If you want a little bit more oomph, 8 grains of power pistol, that's not a bad load right there. 240 grain hard cast lead, going 1,000 feet per second. That's all I have for today, everyone. Hey, thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a nice day.